Gomm in the stained glass studio. Recently we put up a video about how we fix some bad damage to a window. And I thought today would be a good idea to put up a video about how we now ship things on our trailer or in a truck or any other vehicle that shows how we prevent bad damage from happening. So before I start showing you all the pictures from the article that I had shot, I thought I'd show you what we do. Now this is a 2-inch layer of foam, and we start with that. I put it down on the trailer, then I put another piece of foam right on top of that. Now that gives me 2 inches of foam on each side. This is how we're required to package up stained glass when we want to insure it and send it on UPS. We have very little breakage if we do it that way. So we put 2 inches of foam, bottom and side, then we put our piece of stained glass inside, and then we put another 2-inch piece of foam in there. So now we've got 2, 2, 2. And when I get that on the trailer, I just bungee cord it up as tight as I can, and it holds it so that it'll ride up and down and side and doesn't hurt it. Now if we have additional pieces, as we do in the article that I'm going to show you, then what we do is we can put 1-inch pieces in between, put in another piece of stained glass, and then the final piece. So we create a sandwich where everything is bound together and it's tied up, but it's tied up in such a way that it won't crack or break. So anyhow, that's how we do it. Now, I shot pictures when we delivered these windows to the Deer Valley Ski Resort. And so, first thing I do is put up a piece of the 2-inch foam, and then I put the 2-inch foam on the bottom. And then I can start layering my glass. So I first put the layer of glass onto the trailer, and then on this particular one I put protective paper between it, but nowadays I put a layer of foam. Then I stacked up the different layers. Now in the meantime, while I was loading the trailer, Jeannie was giving a final cleaning to each of the panels, just to make sure there was no dust or fingerprints or anything, so that when we got them to the ski resort we'd be ready to put them in. Okay, so then I got all the panels loaded, and then I put some little pieces of styrofoam around the outside edges to protect things, and then I laid up another sheet of 1-inch insulation, and finally I put bungee cords, and I put lots of them, and I really made sure that they were holding the packages tight, making sure that everything was done. And so when we got done, now this particular one, it was a big sandwich of stained glass, and it didn't really look very pretty, but it got there with no problem whatsoever. And so that's what we do. And the final piece, let's see, we delivered these to a woodworking company who then installed the stained glass into the custom woodwork that they had done. And the final piece got hung up in Deer Valley. We had special hardware and even bolts forged for the glass, and it looks fantastic. All right, this has been David in the Stained Glass Studio, and I hope this has been valuable to you, and I hope to see you again sometime.